times I said I knew.
Hey, welcome to another Sidechain Productions video. In this video, I want us to draw out a drum and bass drum line using the drum rack, and yeah, we'll just see how far we get. So before anything, let's just get into it, eh? I'll set the beats per minute to be 172. I'll go to my instruments and I'll click in my drum rack, and I'll load that in on my first one, and I'll duplicate that a couple of times. Delete those, we don't need them. I won't turn down my drum rack, I'll turn down the sample in the drum rack. So let's load a sample into the drum rack, and I've already got a kick picked out, which you'll hear it in a second. Now I'll click these three little lines here to bring up the chain, and I'll turn the volume down of the kick to -8 so we don't have any clipping issues. Put this one at the top. Perfect. Now what we want to do is consolidate that, put our first kick there, and our second kick to be here. That should be 1.33. And over Control Duplicate, that's our drum groove for our kick. And then percussion, we want to add a snare. And ooh, that one up front's quite groovy. Let's go with that. I'm going to throw my snare onto the other track here so we can layer our snares later on. And I'll turn this one down to negative, so I can just type it on the keyboard, -8 as well. And with our snare, consolidate. And I want my snare to be on every 1.2. So it goes 1.2, 1.4, 2.2, and so on. Now if I hit play on this, I'll just Control L to loop that section. And I'll press play now. Add a double snare here. Or we could reverse the snare. But we'll leave it at that. We just want to basify it for now. Our other drum rack, we might load in some hi-hats soon, but I want to get some tops going, and I'm just going to go into my loops here, my drum loops, and we're going to find a top loop. I like that. It could be cool. It might not go. Let's figure it out. I'll set this to negative. Nah. Doesn't sound good. To me, anyway. Ooh, bit of a crawler. Let's see what this one does over the top. I want to turn this one down. Might go through and turn down all of those ones. On this one here. Turn down a bit. Nice. Bit of a jumper at the end there. You can hear it's kind of a come around. And we'll rename this here top. Name this one here kick. We'll name this one here snare. What we can do with our kick as well is we can actually load in like a short, sharp rim shot or vinyl to just give it a bit more of a oomph at the start. So let's go to my samples and we'll find like vinyl. This one here might work. It's all a bit of like fun and games when it comes to this sort of thing. So let's throw that there, and I'll group these together, which is just holding down Shift, and I'll hit Control G. We'll do it here, Control G. Now it's made like its own little chain here. Now I can turn this down. Might just take that little click out of the front, just have it so and then what we can do here is, gosh, I hate it when it does that. Consolidate. Put that on every kick. We'll press play and see what that. You can't really hear it. What I'll do now though is I'll go to my audio effects and I'll grab in the compressor here and I'll choose the soft snare compressor and I'll throw that in here. Now this is only affecting the kick. Just gluing those two pieces together ever so slightly. Without it. Add another little ghost kick right here. Turn these down on the velocity. Add another little ghost kick in here as well. Turn the velocities down. What we can do here is open our snare. We can hit Control and copy that to here, so we've got two of them. What we can do here is find a way to reverse the sample. Right click, reverse. Now what we want to do is let's set a little reverse going into this final snare. We'll see what that sounds like. You know, it's just having a bit of fun, seeing what we can do with it. You know, effectively, I would be processing these as I go, making sure my EQs are set right and everything, but it's going to take a bit too much time, more time than what we have right now. So let's just get straight in. We've got a top, we've got a bit of a drum line going. A great way to go after that would be just to get straight into the bass. And you can go with different things here. You can use Diva, you can use Serum. Ideally, I'll be using Serum. We've got under packs creative extensions, and I could be going with my bass and creative extensions. And you know, there's some pretty cool, like the dub pop bass and the dark and brash. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna play with it, see what we can do. Turn that down, it's extremely loud. You can actually attack on this. Now, what we can do is consolidate. And I'm thinking G minor, something dark. The little earphone button to make the sounds come up. Pretty dark. Now, what we can do as well, on top of all of this, we can get, we can actually cheat. We could go to my midis on bass synths, and we could find a bit of a groove that I like. Preview. It helps. It really helps when you're producing to get inspiration from somewhere else. And if I hit Control Raw and we press play on this, now what you can do as well, you know, you've got the filter cutoff, we can hit automate, hit the filter cutoff, and now it's going to have the cutoff come up. And, you know, we can set this to be opening up, highlight that section, right click, put that on it, shift it up, and shift this section up to give it a bit of a boost. Then we can hit Control D and that'll duplicate the automation line. Play with the noises here. Let's start that off low. Open it up here. We need some more shakers on that top drum line. Some more shakers, or some more tops would really keep that energy there. So it's good to try and find it maybe on this. So we got more coming in at the end. So what I might do here is strip that. Could just work with section like that, and we could just control this little section, Control paste. Was it? Automation's on. See, always have problems. Now that, just the drum line. Now what I would be doing is getting my audio effects now, and I would be coming into here and I'll be cutting everything below 150 hertz. We don't need any of that on the shaker. See, it's going to come through. Cutting it off. Same on our other tops here. See here we can actually call this our bass line, call this our and what you can do, this is a perfect time, would be highlight everything and consolidate. That just brings these together. Now we can rename this one Top Shaker 2. And we can name this one here our tops. This one could be our name to baseline. Now, what I would be doing is grouping our tops together, Control G. I would just be naming this tops. Now, if I consolidate that, that also means I can throw a compressor on here, just very lightly, 2:1 ratio, with the like 100 per second release. Take our threshold down. Up on that. Out the compressor. The compressor brings it all together that much more, glues it a little bit. Doing the same with the kick and the snare later on. Ideally, I'll be using my fab filters. Yeah, so again, I'd probably, I've got my own colors that I like. My kick would be green, my snare would be like another style of green. Drum rack here, we'll leave that blank for now. That's to layer some snares later to get a bit of more movement. So I'll name that snare layer. I'm gonna do that now. We'll just get right into this. My tops, something lighter, maybe. I don't want to do green, blue or green or anything. Maybe that color, perfect. My baseline, I always stick with red for the baseline. Play on that. I could get even more crazy. I could see the LFO onto this and map the LFO to the drive, and I could turn the rate down. Choose depth and have the rate set on like 3/8. Very slow moving. Actually set the drive like depth of it down so it's not going too deep into it. straight up. Set these as well. The whole point, you can get some wobbles going. The idea is to really just spend a lot of time with your samples, with your sounds, to really perfect what you're going for. May as well add a line in, and we could cheat again. We could go into our MIDI packs. We could find working with. What are we working with here? Bass MIDI. Go to our MIDI and basses, and something like that, aren't we? No, we could really. The world's your oyster when it comes to MIDI packs. Energy. There's not really any shot with this. You can just find something that you feel along the way. I like that. If I want to set this, take the draw mode off, set this into, I want that to match my G line. G minor. Might be too high, I might have to set this down an octave. Let's get Diva in here. Got a shit ton of Diva presets. Good. Look for something here. Cosmos, enter up, like real crazy. Sound design is very important when it comes to building your track and getting your ideas out there. Like, I think a lead or a pad could even work really well with the sound. Very washed out. Even stick with some random sounds. Holy heck. That's a nice sound. Go to our main here. It's got a lot on the bit of a delay going on. Shortened it a bit. Now we can maybe down an octave. Let's see what that. No, that's. I mean, depends what sound you're after, right? Like this is a dark track. Now I like the sound, but I don't like the MIDI notes that's being played. Like I feel like it's just too much. This one here, deep. Let's get this in. Set this on. Evil, you know. Set automation with our volume. You could also configure Diva, cut off on configuration, even configure the attack as well. Now if we hit automate, hit the frequency, it's could set our attack, just change our attack completely. Make it a bit less vicious, but we could have it getting more vicious as the time goes on, right? I like that. Nice. Then here, like for instance, I'd have a bit of a break. A decent break. Good. Keep this out, maybe do it to there. Play with the break after. No, we don't want the bass line coming in yet. We don't want probably the shakers coming in yet. We want that energy to build up. Probably even to like here. And we'll see what that's like. See, now what I'll do is I'll duplicate this section again, and that shaker comes in a bit early. So I can strip away the tops there, maybe. Maybe. Nice. Now we can add in like an atmospheric pad. We can find a pad in here, if there are any. loops. We pitch bend on that. Nice. Alright, let's just build our own pad MIDI as well. I like Diva for my pads. Pretty dark, demonish. What I'm kind of going for here. Oh, we bring that in here. Go like this, right? Then we could have this coming in just a little bit later, maybe 3 bars. Maybe even another bar to just draw that out just a little bit more. Nice. I love Diva. It's just got some great inspirational pieces. Throw in, you can add some event tide on it later, you can add in so many different things later on just to really beef that sound up and make it yours, you know? But let's get a pad. That's what our whole plan was, but that's how music goes, you know? You start somewhere and you end up somewhere else. Like ethereal organ, I don't know. Like, nah. See? Too clean. Way too clean for what I'm after. After something evil. So you can get real evil with it, man. It's have this for like a bit of an intro piece. I don't know what that's gonna sound like. I want to spread this over more bars. That maybe. That go into there. That's where our break is, right? Yeah, bit of break there. And just change this to minors. Oh, Diva's really running my CPU down. Might leave that to just be singles for now. You can get evil with anything you want. Like, there's no real. See, like, generally, I would grab this, throw it on there, duplicate it, and I would either set this down an octave, or I would open up, figure my Diva to possibly the cutoff ending, open that up, and I'll choose the frequency, and right here, I would have down that a bit. It's all like atmospheric texture, really. Nothing sticking out, but just filling in that gap. Now, kick here, I'd have a bit of a turnaround here. But obviously, let's skip that first beat there. And I'd add like another snare. That beat would generally hit. I'd go like this, right? And do that. Much. Like a bit of a whip tail, you know, like whoop. Sounding pretty good so far. But like a lot of modulation, automation, and things that I would be doing to these sounds if I wasn't recording right now. Just spending time with it, making every sound my baby. Yeah, I think the baseline doesn't have a call and response, and that's something that really needs to happen coming through. So you copy this down into your new MIDI line, consolidate that MIDI, and here I would be looking and I'll be going, here's a good place to have my response, and here I'll be going like that, possibly. Then like that, I'll be deleting all that out. I'll be deleting all of that out. changing the velocities here just a little bit. And I'll be throwing a sound on there using probably Serum. Well, definitely would be Serum. And I'll go to my presets with the DnB Academy pack, and I'll be choosing like other train stabs there, which they sound like. Like. You know, something like that, just to really make you think, oh, what's that? You know, that was cool. Alternatively, as well, like a lot of drum and bass, depending on what genre you're going for, you know, has vocal samples or something thrown in there. I like to go on YouTube and find old documentaries and sample some of those. I just record them in Audacity. Yeah, as long as, you know, copyright and licensing issues isn't a problem, then that's something easy to do. You can always get voice sample packs. Black Octopus Audio is really good for having some good samples. You know, like.
White eyes, tell me a story.
Nah.
We've got our lipstick on.
Nah. Nah, please no.
All the times I said I knew.
You know, you can throw something like this in the mix. And you can.
All the times I said I knew.
You could throw the tuner on there to see what that is doing. It's gonna get annoying for a second.
All the times I said I knew. 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 All the times I said I knew.
No, it sounds crazy. Hear me out. Create a return track. Throw an echo on it. Throw in reverb. I think echo, reverb before your echo is how it's been done. I can't remember. I might have to swap around after. 100% wet, 100% wet. Ping pong. 1/8. Yeah, that should be good. And we'll put it on notes. Feedback down a bit. Decay, I want a high decay. Like, yeah, something like that, you know. And turn the high off. If I feed this into this vocal now, might sound crazy, why not?
All the times I said I knew.
Nice. Now we want to get our EQ8, put it on our vocal here. We don't want to be feeding any of that low in.
All the times I said I knew.
Perfect. We copy this EQ8 over to here, put it in there as well.
All the times I said I knew.
And we want some side chaining for that reverb echo. What we'll do here is we'll put a utility on here. We'll turn it up a bit so it washes
All
it
the
out.
times I said I knew.
It's good. Let's see what the echo does before
All the
that.
times I said I knew.
It's got a bit more depth doing that. And there's a couple different ways I can sidechain this. I can use the envelope follower and set it to the kick, but what I really like to do is start MIDI track, I'll go to my samples, and I'll find a rim shot. Nice short thing. And just make sure it's sharp, short, that on where every beat hits. Won't put it on ghost notes hit, just put it on main beats. And I'm not going to put it on where vocals are, where there's no beat. It's fine if it's hitting there, it gives it the illusion that there's been a kick, but there isn't. And I'll rename this to sidechain, and I'll set the track color white, and I'll set all the samples white. Top. Now I can clear, go to audio effects, and I'll pick a compressor, and I'm going to throw this on to the reverb channel. Sidechain external to sidechain. Set the ratio, let's just go 2 with a 1 millisecond, and I'll hit it the auto release, or maybe somewhere around 100 milliseconds. I'll turn this down, and we'll see too much going on there for reduction. I think that's going to be good because the beat's going to hit there, so we don't want it to wash through.
All the times I said I knew.
Yeah, that's watch your ears. That's why we set our return chain to sends only, so we don't have that issue. Man, that was loud. Sorry.
All the times I said I knew. All the times I said I knew.
Nice. Would have had it like a turn around here, where we've got the snare turn around. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one, eh? Thank you.